entertainment, current events, and Hollywood. Don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha Bean, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators Today we have a special guest.
Har'Monique.
Awesome. Welcome.
Hello.
So I love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning charts our trajectory, like just little small habits that we pick up along the way, kind of follow us into our adulthood. Please tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like, and kind of how did you find your way into music?
Oh, wow. So the beginning, okay. Yeah, I thought you just said the beginning of music, but now childhood. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, well, my mom was basically like a stay-at-home mom. She dealt a lot with like children and babysitting and stuff like that. So I guess that's where I got like my passion for working with children from a young age. I've always wanted to be around them, and being the oldest of four. So I was always really around children. And my dad, he was like a DJ. He started out being a DJ. So he, I guess, was like my first real influence to music, as well as his younger sister. She used to sing like whenever I was around, and whenever she was around, like we were at my grandma's house and stuff like that. She'd come around and she'd just be singing, and everybody would just be like, "Oh my God, we love you so much. Your voice is amazing." Blah blah blah. But she wasn't really a creator as far as like writing her own music. She just used to sing. And so what happened when I was younger, my mom always pushed me to write. I was always the child getting in trouble and stuff like that in school, and she always used to be like, "You're gonna write your teachers a letter now, apologizing and saying how you'll never do this again." Like I was always having to do those kind of letters, and then so I just preferred to write. I was always a writer. When I was younger, I would be the one that was like inside writing instead of like going outside to play. Now, don't get me wrong, like I used to go out and play and stuff like that. But when it came down to, okay, let's say like video games and stuff like that, I never really was into that. So my brother used to get all the video games and stuff, and my mom always said, "Oh, do you want one?" I'm like, "Ma'am, are you crazy? Like, what am I gonna do with that?" Like, no, thank you. And so I always used to be writing, and instead of them like watching movies and TVs and stuff like that, I always used to just be writing. I used to write short stories when I was younger. Did like this weird rendition of like Cinderella, and they made me go and like read it to the children that were younger than me, even though I was in like third grade. I think I went to go read it to like kindergarteners or something like that. And when I was in middle school and high school, I always like wrote a novel per year, which is weird. I never planned it out like that, but it was like I always started something new in September, and by the time June came around, I was done with it. But I'd be in class like writing on the side and like taking notes whenever they whenever they said, "Okay, well, write this down." I'm like, "All right, cool." Wrote it down, went back to like my own personal writing, and my friends used to like read it during like study time. And when we didn't have anything, they just be like reading. They be like, "You're not done writing the next page yet?" I'm like, "Ma'am, are you kidding me? You read faster than I can write. Hold up, like, give me a second." But it was always so much fun doing that. And that was my first, and my main outlet is always like writing novels. And then I met my ex, and he was like into music and audio engineering and stuff like that. And he always be like, "Oh, you could sing, but could you write music?" And I was like, I never really tried writing music before I met him. And so he taught me how, basically. And then it took off from there. Like, seriously, it's just been insane. Like, I couldn't stop at that point. So now I'm like 8 albums in to my own work. And
Wow.
so right
Wow.
now,
Incredible.
just like really trying to work on getting stuff out, because now it's like, okay, I have all this material. What am I gonna do with it? Like, I actually have to
Yeah.
work getting it out now. So that's been my new mission. It's just really officially starting to release me as an artist and a sound. So it's like I've already done the work. So I've been doing this since 2013. Yeah, 2013.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been writing. So I have my stuff together. We just really trying to make sure that we get everything out and get the sound down. So I'm aiming for my album release in April, because all
Yeah.
the
All
work should be
right.
done.
That's
I'm
exciting.
done.
I love it. No, I love it. This is, I mean, that's so that's amazing that you have so much work. Um, I think it's so important to read, like you said, you want it to be out and you want the music that you've already made, put it back, just let people hear it because I think that's all it takes. So
Yeah.
I really want to get into One in a Million. First of all, it's so funny. I love Aaliyah. So I love what I read. You said you were inspired by One in a Million, her music video. So I was like, oh man, I mean, it's just she's so great. She was amazing, for her time. What was, tell us about the process and like kind of what inspired all that. And, obviously Aaliyah is a legend in her own right and forever be a classic hits. So, and it's a great person to study from.
hmm Um, well, originally when I heard the sound, um, it was just giving me obviously dark, sexy kind of vibes. And so that really was all my intention was with this song. When I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love this sound. And I'm always trying to do different things. And that's the one thing about me. I'm always trying to test my own bounds and limitations and just do something different. This song was originally on a different album. This song was not supposed to be on this album, and I literally just moved it over to this album
Love it.
a few months ago. So like this is my first time even opening this song this year. I've never sung this song before. I wrote it in 2017. So this is
Wow.
really just trying to open up the vault and see what
Yeah.
songs that I love the most and I resonate with the most. I wanted to make sure that I get it out now, just in case. And this is me saying, just in case I never release anything ever again in my life. All the songs that I love are on this album. And it's only fitting too because it is a self-titled album, but this song originally did come from an album that was more R&B and like very heavily like sexual based album. I don't know how
Yeah.
to explain, but it was just like a
Nothing's
time
wrong with that.
period
Nothing's wrong with that.
where I just like wanted to tap into those smooth, dark, sexy kind of sounds. And so that definitely came from that album. So it definitely fits more on that album than this one. But I was like, I don't care. I don't want it. I love this song. So when I was writing it, I'm pretty sure that I was just like in my ex's living room of his dad's house or something. We went to visit them
Nice.
and they were all just like chilling in the living room doing whatever. And I was chilling too, but I had my headphones in and I was just writing music. I was like, all right, cool. Y'all could do whatever y'all doing over there. I'm just gonna be over here in the corner working on this song. And so that's usually like how I work. Like I'm not like, oh, let me go to the studio to write music. That's weird to me. Like obviously where like the creativity strikes, I guess, wherever that
Okay.
strikes, have to like take advantage of it. And so I I don't I don't I can't particularly say that I had like an idea in mind or that I even knew that this song was going to be what it was. Like I just listened to the music and that just really was what it told me it wanted to be. Strangely enough, I do have another song with the 1 in a million words in it. Like it this one actually does say the whole Aaliyah line with your love is 1 in a million, as opposed to this song where it's like, make me your 1 in a million. It's like completely different.
Nice.
It's like the intent behind it and the perspective, I guess, that I'm coming from. It really
Mm-hmm.
was to make sure that I'm letting that person know that I need to be the most important part of your life, because
Absolutely.
that's definitely what I'm gonna make you. Like that's what we need to be for each other. And yeah, I feel like her song was more so describing the love that that person had for her, right? Your love is a 1 in a million. And so I do have a song that speaks like that, says that in the chorus, but it's not titled that. So it's completely different. So it's like, wait, what? But this song is 1 in a million, but it's not in the sense of like where she was coming from with that one. So I definitely like the angle that was
Yeah.
taken, just because it does show more of me and how I definitely attack certain situations and how I present myself to people and to the world is like very strong, very like direct, I would say. Like I'm not one to take any mess and play no games. Like this is what it is.
Right.
So I feel like, yeah, that's just like my take on that whole song. But that's about it. I don't really have too much say, like I said, in my music and all of that. So I just let the sound and melodies and stuff really tell me what the song needs to be. And then I go from there. Like, then I decide like the subject matter and like all of that. And then I could really flesh out the lyrics and create it the way that it needs to be created.
I love that. No, I love the process that you have. I think every artist has their own process, and I find it fascinating that, like you said, it's wherever creativity hits, and I think that's absolutely a beautiful thing. I have a fun question.
Uh-oh.
Um, yeah, put you in the spot. Are you ready for this? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. If you could be managed by any artist, living or dead, who would it be
Oh,
and why?
managed by an artist? Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I know
Honest,
it's a tough one.
that is, it would have greats. It would definitely have to be the greats. Um, I would say either Michael Jackson or Rihanna.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's a really good one. Those are great, great
Um,
ones.
Michael Jackson, because I feel like Beyonce is amazing, and obviously she's always him.
Uh-huh.
But he is like the greatest. Like I don't even know how to describe it, but the amount of passion and originality that came from that one being is just phenomenal. Like I can't even like I can't even begin to express it. So I definitely feel like he would be the most amazing manager because he really is all about the music. And that's literally what I'm all about. It's about nothing else. Like it's not about me personally. It's not about that at all. It's literally about the music, like the creativity, the passion, the soul, like everything that comes with the music is literally all this is about. So I definitely feel like he'd be able to help me really drive that forward and really help me as far as like taking that passion to the next level and really pushing forward within the realm of music and wanting to
Mhm.
just be greatest at that craft, and just making sure I'm creating timeless music is all I really want to do. And so I feel like he would definitely know how to go about bringing that to fruition. So I feel
Yeah.
like for real, but as far as Rihanna, of course, her billionaire status and knowing how to do everything, I definitely feel like she definitely would be an amazing teacher. Just to get people to the next level. I would have said Beyonce, but how she already managing that. Oh,
He's like,
sorry.
no shade, no shade, no shade on here. I got some bee fans. I got some
Sorry.
beehive fans that follow me, so I don't know. I'm
I'm
just
not
kidding.
saying nothing about her. She is amazing within her own right, but definitely looking as far as like statistics and how she already is going about it. I mean, it could be done better, like a lot better, and that would make me low key a little bit nervous. But yeah, like I said, as far as like just sticking to the music and making sure
Hmm.
that sound is really what's being pushed to the forefront, and my
For
music
sure.
just being at the level that I know that it can be and should be, I would definitely say Michael Jackson. I feel like he definitely,
Yeah. Yeah,
definitely
he's the greatest to ever do it, right?
greatest. Like, wow, that is a lot big, big shoes to fill. That's
Right? I mean, I think I seen I just recently saw a clip of Michael at like he was like, I don't know, some other part of the world and these people like he was in like a hotel and they I guess caught, got word that he was in this hotel and there's like people lined up down the street for like blocks, like Michael, he comes out and wave and stuff. It's like holy moly.
Yeah,
It's insane.
it's insane. That honestly, the idea of that freaks me out. But I just with the music and that it's just crazy because that kind of reaction only
Hmm.
comes because of the music. Only comes
Right.
because of music, his star power, because he was so great at what he does. And even thinking about people like Bob Marley, like these legends, like it's
Mhm.
just insane to think of the musical ability that they had and the way that they were able to push boundaries and just
Yeah.
uh the greatest of their time. Is like really amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, I think people like him, and a few others kind of became bigger than the label, bigger than the people that
Yeah.
discovered them, and I think that's why, I mean, it will never be like another Michael because you can't be bigger than a label, quote unquote.
Or
You
can
know,
if you
or
really
can you?
are
Hmm.
thing, like who knows? Like who knows at this point? Who knows what can happen? And
Mhm.
so I don't know. The idea of the future and what is in store for me, what the future holds for me, is a little nerve-wracking.
Mhm.
Honestly, like I do know that this one song is just one song,
Mhm.
and it's gonna have like 23 tracks. And when I
Awesome.
every single song on this album can be a single, can have a video, it's just like, oh my God, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of pressure on my plate that I have on top of my regular day job. And I'm like, I love my regular day job. And I'm like, eventually I know I'm gonna have to like give that up. I'm like, so
Right, right. I literally was going to ask you about that,
like,
the life of an artist,
yeah,
like what does that look like on a day-to-day basis for you?
honestly, right now it's just been a lot of interviews, a lot of interviews, just pushing my song and all of that stuff. But for the most part, um, it's just been fun, really connecting with people, putting myself out there. But as I said, yeah, this is all around my regular day job, having to still, make time for the nail salon and all this
Yeah,
stuff. Um, what am I doing tomorrow? I have to shoot like the first part of this video, and
nice.
it's a lot as far as trying to make sure staying on top of everything. But it's been fun. Like I'm
Good.
excited to see what, like I said, like the future holds for me, and just staying on task with everything, making sure that I'm scheduling the right photo shoots and
Hmm.
be on top of everything I have to do as far as media wise. But it's just been fun. Like I said, I just have to make sure that I'm staying on top of everything and staying in the studio. Like I also have to make sure I'm getting my studio time in because, like I said, I still have to work on this album. I do
Right, right. I mean,
done so
so
worried.
much,
I have a lot that I have to go back in and record. So here's
right.
what but
Love it. You're doing it. You're doing it. Absolutely doing it. And I think I love asking questions like that, like to artists, like, when, obviously you're not always on Mount Rushmore, you're not always feeling your best, especially in this industry.
Yeah.
the music industry, which is, I think, one of the toughest industry to break into. But I commend people like yourself for pushing, and keep going. How, and when you're at your lowest point, what do you do? What things do you implement on the day-to-day basis to stay, you know, positive, or to get you back on track?
Listen to my music.
Wait, what's your sign? What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Ah, okay, makes sense.
Crazy Kanye. Ooh. Thank you. Helping
That's hilarious.
further perpetuate the freaking stigma of, Geminis. Thank you. But, I'm a Gemini.
I
But
love it.
I definitely, like I said, I'm only doing this for the music, and I just go back to my music and listen to it. And that always gives me the boost of, yeah, you got this. This is
Nice.
good. You got this. So I know that I need to be the best that I can be and do what I need to do in order to give my music the push that it needs, because these are my babies. I don't got any of my own. So all my time and energy goes into making sure that these bodies of work that I'm creating are at their best level and get the
Mhm.
push served. So that's really just my main focus right now, is making sure that my babies sound the way that they need to sound. And
That's
that's
right.
part of why it took me so long to even get up, or to even put anything out, because I didn't like anything that I was hearing back, and I couldn't figure out why, like working with the wrong people and putting my faith,
Mhm.
it just was a hindrance to my growth. And so, but I knew that I wasn't going to release anything that wasn't up to par. So definitely, I am a lot happier now with what I'm hearing, and it's
Great.
definitely getting excited for the future and to actually release and get the feedback that I need to hear from people. So it's
I
coming together.
love that.
Like
Yeah,
I'm just
I love it. I have a fun question. There's no wrong answer, but the three levels of influence: money, power, and respect. And if you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
oh, definitely have to be respect. Definitely respect. That's all I
Why?
to be respected for my crafts, my sound, like my work and my art. That's all I really look forward to, honestly. It definitely isn't about the money, definitely is not about no power. Like, don't nobody want all that. I don't really care. I just want to be respected for my talent and what
Mhm.
I to the table.
I love that. Do you feel like you found your purpose in life?
Yes, definitely. Definitely feel like that. I feel like music is me. It's what I want to do. It's my passion. It's my drive. I don't feel like I just want to be seen. I don't feel like this is just for fame or anything like that. Like if I didn't do music, I really don't see myself trying to get into anything else just to stay relevant. Like I said, I love my regular day job. Like as soon as I'm done with like doing music, I feel like that's just it. Like that's just it. I'm not really trying to do too much. Like I hear people talking about, yeah, you gotta be making like passive income and all this stuff. This is why all these people are trying to get out of like music and trying to do like beauty brands and branding and all this stuff. I feel like, yeah, I get all of that. But at the same time, this music is just what I'm passionate about. It's like I'm a creator first. Like I write my stuff first, and then I'm a singer second. Like if I wasn't creating, I wouldn't be singing. I'm not just trying to be seen and get my voice, quote unquote, out there. I want to get my sound out there, my voice as far as like my creativity and my standpoint out there. Like I want that to be the forefront of who I am as an artist. I really don't want it to be just about, oh, could she sing this or sing that and all of that stuff. Like, yes, I get it. As far as being a vocalist and singing, that that is also important, but at the same time, I feel like creatively, I want to be able to make music that anybody can feel like they can sing. And that's what I feel like I've also gotten feedback from. It's like, oh yeah, well, with this new release, it's like you don't have to be like the greatest singer ever to sing along. Like anybody could sing along, you know. I just want to make music that is for everybody, like that everybody could connect with and resonate with and feel like they could sing to without being like the next Beyonce or Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston. Like, it's not that serious to me.
No, for sure. I love that. No, and you're right. Quick question. Do you feel like the music industry is changing? Like, I think you touched on some things when you were talking just a second ago, but do you feel like it's changing in favor of the artist? Like, like back in the day, it used to be, you have to have a record deal in order to be remotely successful in the business. Do you feel like things have changed now, no, no, like the times that we're in?
Far as that, yes, I definitely feel like no, we don't all have to have a record deal to be seen or to have our music heard or liked by the masses. And that's why, honestly, I am taking my time with this whole record deal thing, and that's why I'm pushing to get my album out ASAP before somebody tries to tell me, "Oh no, you can't do this. You can't put an album out." Excuse me, I wish. Excuse me. Like, I'm trying to get my sound out ASAP without anybody trying to hinder me or put me in a box or hold me back. Like, that's my biggest thing. And that's what I see labels as. Honestly, that's all I see them as. I see them as a hindrance, and I see them as a way of holding people back. Because just the other day, Young Miami is saying that she can't put out music that her label won't let her.
Oh, wow.
Yo,
Wow.
so those are fighting words. I will fight you. Like, my music to my babies. These babies deserve to be heard by everybody that wants to listen. Like, I just no, like, no, that's my biggest fear, honestly. So, no, I really want, if I had to choose being with a label or just putting out music independently and being able to put it out, like, I definitely would be an independent artist forever. Like, I don't feel like, um, then I
Well,
won't feel,
there's artists out there that are independent that
yeah,
I think that are doing really, really well. Like I think was it Chance the Rapper
yeah,
it's still indie, I think. And
yes,
he's been on every he's got a Grammy, he's done a lot of
yeah,
different things. So I think you can do it without
too.
a
So
li-
and to do the best that I can without being signed to a label and having anybody tell me what my direction and image and all this stuff needs to be. That's like literally my biggest fear because I am big on being
Mhm.
originality, myself, and presenting my artistry as a whole completely by myself, like not having to depend on anybody and not having to have anybody put limitations on me at all. That is my biggest fear, honestly. So, no
Yeah.
anxiety. I just want to make sure that I'm trusting in myself and I know when things are ready and when it's right, and being able to have the confidence to stand behind my projects and be able to put it out the way that I want to. But yeah,
I love
this is
that. I love that energy. It's just it takes a strong personality in order to like to go down that path of like you want to make sure you control your voice because like you said it's a certain kind of personality that like you said Young Miami was like I can't release music. Some people are not, you know, don't want to put it in their hands because it is a lot of work, but you have to there are people like yourself like they're like no, I have a message, I have a look and I want to keep it my way. I respect that.
thank you. See, respect.
There you go. I love it. I love it. What you're funny. What advice would you give to up and coming people like artists and or just somebody that wants to get in the music industry?
Run. Let me stop.
Yes, pretty much, yeah.
um Oh my gosh, make sure that this is something you're very passionate about because honestly, I low key had a freak out the other day and I was just like talking to my sister, my little sister. I was like, what am I doing? What am I really doing? Are y'all crazy? Like, who let me do this? why am I doing this? Like, are you guys seriously letting me do this? Like, then my sister's like, are you crazy? Like, energy and money you put into this. Are you seriously like having cold feet right now? I'm like, I'm having cold feet. This
Oh
is
my gosh.
scary. Like the idea of it is kind of starting to scare me, but I do feel like I have enough confidence and faith in my music and my sound. But that too, as well, is scary because
Hmm.
knowing that I do have technically, I'm not even trying to be weird about it, that my musical sound has what it takes to be on a certain level. It's like, now am I ready for that certain level? Am I ready for that? And it's like I really have to think about this, and it does
Hmm.
scare me a little bit. It's like, okay, I literally didn't mentally prepare for this, but at the same time I know that this music just has to be heard, you know, it has to be put out there, and I just have to get with the program. But I that's the only advice I'm still even giving myself, is to just really tune out the noise and really just focus on why I'm doing this, focus on the
Love that.
bottom, the reason why, and just having fun with it and doing the best that I can, but and not getting freaked out. I try not to overthink too much about the end goal and all of that, because that really is scary to me. And I was just thinking, like, the other day, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm pretty sure this is why Doja Cat is going through what she's going through, and we have whole freak out. Like, now I understand. Like, literally recently I've just been thinking about her, and I even asking myself the same question. Like, if I were to have a conversation with her right now, she'd probably be like, run and don't do it. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And I'm just like, oh my God, this is insane. So yeah, I'm definitely nervous. I've never been more nervous in my life. I've always had crazy severe stage fright. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am
Wow.
really excited for the music. And I'm just like, yeah, this is like, do one thing a day that scares you. Yeah, this is me every day, like
I
trying
love it.
trying to breathe, like just breathing through it and trying to just find the strength within myself. Like, seriously, everybody knows my stage fright. One time when I was in like second grade, I had to like do a dance performance. I'm practicing with everybody. Everything was great. The dance teacher was like, yes, you could do it. Oh my God, telling my mom she's amazing, blah, blah, blah. I get on that stage and I was like, oh, no. So, and in there, I was like, oh God, what is this? Legit. Second grade. Cannot forget, my mom had to get on stage with me for me to actually start dancing. Like, it was
Wow.
serious. And so, and my whole family knows like how I am with the stage. So this is definitely a challenge for me. And and this is why even my ex, like, he had to push me too. He was like, you're great. You got this, blah, blah, blah. You could do it. And I'm just like, why am I doing this? Why? So I just feel like creatively, everybody was like, you sure you don't want to just ghostwrite? You could just have somebody do this for you. And I'm like, no, I could do this. I got this. Now I'm like, I should have just ghostwritten the songs. And
I love it. I love it though. I love that I mean, you could do both, right? You can always do both. And it's, that's the thing about being able to write. I feel, since I've been in this business, I went to school for cinematography originally, for film school. And then after that, I got into, directing and making films. And I'm the kind of person that's like, why you don't have to just be one thing. Like if you're curious about something else, you can do it. The fact that you're writing is, it's like the more you do, like the longer your career is in this business, it seems like, especially the film industry. But like you said, you write, and a lot of people don't write. Um, and I think that's gonna that's the longevity that you have. Like you can write for an artist and like what is it? Was it Monet? The girl that's
yeah.
yeah, holy moly, like
Yeah.
yeah.
And how she was
So
doing. And that's what I was thinking too. And that's how I was like, oh, I could have. But then it's just like, how? Then I have to start thinking about how to get into that kind of avenue and all that stuff. I feel like it was easier just to sing my own songs, record it, and then push it. I definitely feel like I could have gotten further in this business had I just like found somebody else to write for, and then I could have like had that kind of established under my belt to push me even further. But it's
yeah.
cool. feel like
I
everything
love
is really
it.
together. This year has just been insane for me, just like really focusing on my mental health, physical health, really hitting the gym more and
Yeah,
like getting like 4 or 5 times a week and
nice.
just making sure that I'm eating right, eating correctly, hitting the studio. Like I said, my engineer's been on a whole different level, so he was able to get my music to where it needs to be so that I'm able to actually release music this year, doing
All
my
right.
first show this year. Like,
Congratulations.
it's just a lot going on. Thank you so much. So I just feel like I want to capitalize on it. I'm going to release another song at the end of this month, the last Friday. And then, like I said, I'm shooting the video, starting to shoot the video for that tomorrow, so that that's out like
Awesome.
after. Like, I just want to keep this ball rolling because, like I said, I have the material. I just need to have the time to really push and get all this stuff out to get the material together. So it's just been a lot. Everything's just been really moving this year for some
I
reason. So
love
I'm
it.
just ever might as well.
Yeah, you listen, you're doing a fantastic job. Great song. Great energy. You're doing amazing work. And thank you so much for coming on and sharing us with, your journey and your story. Appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you. This has been amazing, honestly. I
Thank you.
can't.
Thank
No one's ever really like started from the beginning. I'm like my childhood. Oh my God.
Hey, and I'm adamant of making this like more like really in-depth, like, like I feel like a lot of people have interviews and I just like want to like, just be real and just authentic. And I think that's what people really want these days.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Of course, I appreciate you. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to actually, before we end it, can you share with everybody your social media handles and where you're
Oh
like
my
where they can find you?
God. Well, I'm mainly on IG. You can follow me at Har'Monique, HAR_Monique 23. So again, that's Instagram, HAR_Monique. And I'm pretty sure that's the same handle for my TikTok and my X or Twitter or whatever.
Okay,
X,
sweet.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you again. And thank you
You.
all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Love.